Auto accidents, auto accidents, auto accidents. I promise you, at Bowers Law, it's all that we do. And this upsets some people sometimes, maybe a lot of times. But today we're going to talk about why and why it's a good thing. Good morning and happy Monday, everybody. It's your accident and injury guy right here in my Elkton office. It's Jobeth. Somehow I was muted, guys. Starting all over, I think, because I don't know how much of this is here. I also, my microphone died. We're having some technical issues here. Stand by. The audio probably sounds weird right now. And that is because my microphone system is booting up. And we are going to fix that right here, right now. There we go. All right, starting over. It is your accident and injury guy here. It is Jobeth Bowers. We are going to talk about why my office solely handles not just auto accidents, but the injuries that come from auto accidents. And why? Because it upsets some people. Sometimes when they call my office, they're looking for help with this, that, or the other. They Google lawyers near them. They find me. They read the reviews. We've got tons and tons of glowing reviews. If you go to Google, you're going to see tons and tons of glowing reviews for Bowers Law here in Elkton. And it's the answer to the question lies in the fact that those Google reviews, we get them because we only do auto accidents. We don't have to, and really the injuries from auto accidents. And my apologies to everybody. I'm kind of thrown off because of the weird microphone thing. Want to let everybody know about a great event that's happening this weekend. I'm not even sure if there are tickets still available to this event other than these two that I'm going to give away on the stream today. But if you haven't seen these night fight events yet that have been happening for a couple of years here in Cecil County and really other parts, but here in Cecil County, you got to check it out. Okay. These are crazy. These are wild. These are real steel, real armor, real combat. These events are not a reenactment. These events have real competitors from all over the country, sometimes all over the world, coming here. They fight in a steel cage. They're wearing, it's real steel. It's real metal. I've been there. I have performed an intermission show there. I have hosted and emceed one of these events. I've just attended them. They are something else, and they're appropriate for all ages. So bring the kiddos. Somebody at the end of today's broadcast is going to win 2 tickets to this Saturday's show. That is April 12th. I believe it's at Fifth Company Brewing. If you go to dssteelacademy.com, stands for Diamond State Steel Academy.com, or scan that QR code that's right there. Yeah, there you go. Oh no, it's going to be at the Port Deposit VFW. My bad. Don't show up to Fifth Company Brewing unless you're showing up there to pregame. My apologies. I'm going to be out of town this weekend, so I won't be attending this event, which is why I'm giving away my tickets to this event at the end of today's broadcast. But let's get back to the topic at hand now that I feel like I'm back on track. Make sure you comment in there so that I can enter you to win these tickets. And we'll do that drawing at the end. So I want to talk about this super important to me topic. And it should be super important to you as somebody who might be in a legal situation, and you Google and you find this law firm near you, me, with all of these glowing Google reviews, all these 5-star reviews, and a couple weird 4-star reviews that say great things about my firm, but they only clicked 4 stars, whatever. I even have, this is so weird, I even have a 1-star review that if you search and find it, says great things about my firm. I think the person just mistakenly clicked the 1 star, didn't pay any attention to it, and then wrote the great things. It's neither here nor there. We only handle auto accidents and the injuries from them. And the reason why is because we're really, really, really good at it. And one of the main reasons why we're really, really, really good at it is because we only handle auto accidents and the injuries that come from it. I don't have to worry about me or the other attorneys in the office or the staff members being spread thin with, let's do a little of this, and then let's do a little of that. And, oh, how do we do this again? Because we only do that every 2 or 3. None of that. There's none of that here. We are purely 100% auto accident and the injuries from them, no exceptions. And I know this upsets a lot of people because I have friends, I have colleagues. Hey, can you help me out with this one thing this one time? No. And here's what the thing. You think you want that because maybe you know me, maybe you love these podcasts, maybe you've read the reviews, any number of things may have established a level of trust that you have with me or with my office or the idea of working with me on that thing that isn't the thing that I do. I would be doing you a great disservice if I were to be like, oh, let me try to help you with this one random thing that A, I don't do, B, I've never done, and C, I'm not going to be able to figure out the best way to do it. Not in the amount of time that is probably needed to get it done for you. Now, in Maryland, and really in most states, I'm not allowed to say, no attorney is allowed to say that they're an expert or that they specialize in this, that, or the other. Those are no words as far as we're concerned. But I will tell you, the idea of only doing one type of thing allows you to only worry about all of the elements that matter to that one type of thing. There are, within the world of auto accidents, a ton of moving parts. We've been doing this podcast for a year, maybe more, with different topics each and every week. There are different rules and different laws and different ways that auto insurance works, that health insurance works. There are strategies that have to do, and all of this is, I could encapsulate this as a review of everything that I've talked about related to auto accidents on this podcast. There's so many different little nuanced things, very unique things to this world of auto accidents. And don't forget to keep commenting. If you are here in the chat, some people have sent me somehow that's not showing up in this, some private messages that they're watching. So thank you for that. I'm adding you to the little wheel of names here. We're going to do this drawing at the end of the broadcast here. We're going to give away these tickets. So make sure you comment there. But this is super important. If you, and it goes a little further than that. Because a lot of times what happens is somebody contacts me about something that I don't do because it's not an auto accident. And I refer them to a trusted colleague of mine who does regularly handle what it is that they're looking for. But sometimes I don't. And the reason that I don't, when I don't, isn't because there's not somebody out there that can handle the issue. That's not the case. It's just that I don't have confidence in that I have the right person for the job. I'm not going to refer you to somebody that I just found or a law firm that I just found via Google search. That's a mystery. You could have done that. I'm only going to refer prospective clients to practitioners that I know are going to be able to do a great job for them. I'm not going to freelance. I'm not going to take those cases because I know how many weird little things go into handling these auto accident cases, these injury cases properly. I know how people trying to freelance in my world of auto accidents can screw them up, cannot properly guide their clients, can leave money on the table for their clients. I don't want to be that person in some other area of law. There are little sneaky things that you only know because you do this for as long as I've done this, for as much as I've done this, and at the extent that I've handled these auto accidents and these injury cases. And I don't want to be that person. I don't want my office to be that person that's trying to dabble somewhere else thinking, hey, I can figure this out. No, because there are little things about how these cases work that aren't necessarily written in the law, that don't necessarily exist in seminars that you can take to get up to speed on a new topic. There are things that you really only get from the level and volume of experience that I have, that my office has. I expect that. I expect to be able to give that level of competence, that level of excellence in handling these cases. And I'm not going to water that down for something else. So I know it's a difficult thing to hear. Oh, because I get these calls all the time. This office here, we probably get 4 or 5 calls, emails, website inquiries every single day about something that we don't handle. And either they go one of those 2 paths. I know somebody that does it, I shop it out, I get the person lined up with the right person to do that job, or I got to tell them I'm sorry, I can't help them. And it just stops there. And sometimes people get upset with this, and I understand because, again, you've done your homework, most of it. You realize that this is a reputable firm. We've got great results, great reviews, but it's not a one size fits all experience. You should demand an attorney or a law firm that actually does the thing that you need them to do, not somebody that's like, hey, I'll figure it out for you. That's, to me, a recipe for disaster. I'm not baking disaster here at Bowers Law. We're taking care of our clients. We are doing the whole job every chance that we get. I want to see all the angles. I want to take advantage of everything that's in play for each and every one of my clients. I don't want to miss anything. Not once, not ever. So you will most likely never, ever, I will retire before I handle something that's not auto accidents. I've been doing this long enough that if these cars start driving themselves tomorrow, and there's some weird law that says you can only drive a self-driving car, and I know that's not going to happen, not probably even in our lifetime, certainly not anytime soon. And let's say that they all operated on some sort of a track so that it was impossible for them to run into each other, which means that my job no longer exists. Hello, retirement. I'll be gone, because this is what I know. This is what I have spent decades getting really, really good at not only learning all of the law, but really getting good at the strategies of how to maximize every element possible for my clients. But I don't know how to do that anywhere else. I'm not handling criminal traffic. I'm not handling estates and trusts and any of that kind of stuff. I have colleagues that do that stuff, and they're great. And I will refer you to them if you're calling me about something like that. Or I may tell you, I don't have somebody for you, because that's an answer too. I'm only going to give you what I think is the right answer. So that's all I have for today. I wanted to explain that because recently my office has gotten an even higher volume of those types of calls, those types of inquiries, and they come from all sorts of areas, contract stuff, or the bad repairs to a vehicle, or any other number of things that are just not what I do, just not what my office does. And we like to stay right here, right in our lane. I know you've heard the phrase before, applied in many, many other contexts. Stay in your lane. That's what we do here at Bowers Law. So if you were injured in an auto accident, give us a call. That's what we do. And we're going to do a really, really great job for you. In a moment, we're going to do the drawing for these tickets. These are physical tickets, so whoever wins these is going to have to show up to my Elkton office to go to the show sometime between now and Saturday. We're going to do this drawing here momentarily, but I want to remind everybody, if you've got a question, if you've got a topic that you want to hear covered on this podcast, email info@bowerslawmd.com. Make it clear that your inquiry is something that you want to be discussed on the podcast. Otherwise, I'm going to answer your question, or I'm going to source you to somebody who can answer your question. And as you have observed, consistent and on brand and staying in my lane, if it's not related to auto accidents or the injuries from them or the surrounding things like the insurance that you need to protect yourself, which plays into auto accidents and the injuries from them, I'm going to bring on somebody, as I've done many, many times in the past, who I trust and who I know will be able to answer the question at hand and talk more about that type of law. That's all I got for you. I hope this was helpful in understanding why my office only handles the types of cases that we handle, those auto accidents and the injuries that come from those auto accidents. So without further ado, I'm going to give away these 2 tickets. I've got 4 names in here who have contacted me. We're going to wheel this thing up. I don't know if you can see me or if you just see the wheel, because I am just looking at my screen and it looks like, I don't know if you can hear that clapping. Congratulations, Lori. I know that Lori, oh, you can see me a little bit. I just popped back down to this and it looks like I'm littling in the corner. But I'm back now. So Lori, my office, 229 East Main Street. I think you've been here before to drop off Toys for Tots in the past. So thank you for that. A name I recognize. I really, really appreciate those people who are out there helping those in need. It is very, very much appreciated. Laurie, at some point in time, stop by my office. This event is this Saturday, April 12th, 6:30 p.m. 2 tickets are right here. They will have your name on them very, very soon as I get off of this podcast and throw them in an envelope and put them downstairs for you. So I appreciate everybody tuning in, and I won't be here next week. I'm going to be on vacation, like for real. Like I'm actually taking a vacation. It doesn't happen that much. I travel a lot, but it's all business related for the most part. I'm actually taking a real vacation for once. So if you call my office and they tell you I'm not here, they're not lying to you, and there won't be a podcast next week, but I will be back the following, which I think is the 21st. Nope, I'm in trial the 21st. So I won't be here. No, that's a pretrial conference. I will probably be here on the 21st, but not on the 14th. Definitely not the 14th. It's busy times here at Bowers Law and with me. So again, thank everybody for tuning in. I'm your accident and injury guy. That's right, only accidents and injuries here at Bowers Law. Signing off. Be well, be safe out there. We will see you on the next episode. Thank you.